guys, and welcome to the show. And today I'm reviewing a cracking little Seiko I got for Christmas. This is the Seiko SARB033 or SARB033, and this is a slightly unusual Seiko as it's a domestic model that was only released in Japan. And I believe it's the first, actually it is the first Seiko that I've ever owned that wasn't an international release. And it's really interesting because everything about the watch is different to the normal Seikos that I'm used to. So anyway, well, let's have a closer look at the watch itself. Now it's a very dressy number. Now it came in a completely polished bracelet, as you see here, but I decided to put this Hirsch kind of snake skin, I guess, or lizard skin leather strap that I also got for Christmas, just to give it a bit more dressy look, and I'm really pleased how it's turned out. So immediately you see that it's a very kind of conservative traditional piece, and it takes a lot of kind of design elements of the higher end Grand Seikos, but is quite affordable. And so far I have to say I'm really impressed with the craftsmanship and impeccable quality of this Seiko. I mean, it's probably one of the most well-made Seikos I've ever owned. I've never had a higher end Seiko, so this is a completely new experience for me. Now it's a 38mm piece, so quite small by today's standard, but you'll find that common in a lot of the Japanese domestic models. They tend to be smaller. And I really prefer that because I think smaller watches are a little bit more sophisticated, a bit more throwback to the kind of golden age of wristwatches before this kind of oversized trend came in. So it's a 38mm in diameter, 11mm tall. Beautiful signed crown there, as you see. Something again you don't get with your normal Seikos. So we have sapphire glass crystal on the front and on the back, on the exhibition case back here. Screw down case back with a sapphire exhibition glass here. Now this is the 23 jewel 6R15 caliber automatic, and it boasts a very impressive 50 hours power reserve, which is probably the highest power reserve of all my automatic pieces. So already off the bat, I mean this is one of their typical Seiko, very robust, well-made movement. I mean, even on some of my ETA pieces or Solitas, you can hear the rotor rotating, you can hear it charging, you can almost feel it on some of my bigger pieces I've owned, but on this it's deadly silent, almost like a Rolex. And that's a good sign. So let's have a look at the dial. Now, very clean, traditional, conservative dial here. Beautiful kind of slightly glossy black, I guess. Sorry, a bit of dust there. Wonderful sword style hands. Very small amount of lume used on the stick batons there. Double stick on the 12 o'clock position. Beautiful, symmetrical. Only thing that breaks the symmetry is the date at the 3 o'clock, but it's done in a very framed and in the little window there. Nice black background to the date wheel as well, so to the date display. So doesn't, you know, stick out overly too much, and lovely little second hand there. Kind of reminds me of a needle you'd thread. Really like the font they used on the on the word automatic there. Tiny little scale for the milliseconds there. Nice touch. Adds just a flare of detail, but you know, staying quite minimalist. It's just a very clean, well-designed dial, and I really like it. So we have 100 meters water resistant. Not a great deal, but it's not a diving watch. Obviously, it's just a nice little dressy number. At first, I wasn't too keen on this quite large crown, but it winds very, very easily. No screw down, obviously. It's actually really nice crown, and the action to it is just amazing for this price range. These go for around $300 to $400, and of course you have to order it from Japan. You won't find these in stores in the United States or anywhere outside of Japan. You have to order it directly from Japan. And very, very sweet people. They even included a little origami bird. Just a sweet touch. It's an interesting thing ordering products from Japan, because the attention to detail, which they're famous for. Everything is different. I mean, the box is different color, the slightly better quality. You know, the manual, of course, is all in Japanese. But it's not an overly complicated piece, so it's not a problem. And quite interestingly, it had the yen price on the tag, which is quite cool. Made in Japan, of course. It did come on the bracelet, and of course, being a slightly higher quality Seiko, it had solid end links. I do like the bracelet. It's a very nice bracelet, brushed, very, you know, it's in keeping with the style of the watch of being kind of understated. So it's a brushed finish to the bracelet, just with a little bit of high polish at the sides. Really nice clasp with two pushes, push down lock there. Really nicely made, solid clasp. Very easy to use pushes there. Again, slightly higher quality than your average Seiko. Something that is different and I haven't seen on a watch before is this kind of layered polishing. There's on the lugs, these are 20 millimeters by the way, which is really nice, because you know I've already got all kinds of straps this size, but it has a kind of little layers, and the polishing is just exquisitely done. I mean, just look. I mean, this is macro, right? At the moment, you can see the hairs on my glove, right? But just look at how well executed the polishing is. Just a flick of high polished, and then the next layer is polished. It almost gives a slightly kind of Art Deco look to the case. Beautiful curve, very, very, very comfortable to wear. Only 11 millimeters thin, so it doesn't stick up too much. Perfect thing to wear with a suit or something understated. You know, this is a great piece if you wanna. If this was your first Seiko, I mean, this would be a great place to start with horology, because it's affordable. It has an impressive specifications, and again, everything about this watch is just so beautifully made. it's quite shocking at what you can get for under $400. I'm really impressed. A fantastic piece, and I really like it. I love the understated look of it. Has Seiko applied, beautiful batons, very traditional. I wish I had my old father's Seiko, which was one of my first watches. It really reminds me of that. It had a very similar black dial, and it's weird. I've kind of gone 360. I mean, this was a gift, obviously, and but it's so strange that it's resemblance to one of my first watches. Just absolutely stunning. Okay, so a really interesting piece. It raises more questions than it answers. I really would like to know why the Seikos for their own domestic market are so much better than the international offerings. And also, this is a really interesting new area of Seiko I'm completely unfamiliar with. This kind of mid-tier between the normal, I guess you'd say, normal Seikos that you pick up in any store around the world, and the kind of high-end grand Seikos. This is a kind of grey area in the middle, and it just makes for some fantastic watches. And I'm quite intrigued by the SARB line. I'm not sure why it's called SARB, but definitely is an area I'm gonna look at more. I absolutely adore the size. I love the scale of it. I love the execution. Really nice that it's got such a huge power reserve. I don't even have to put it in the watch winder. I can just top it up with a quick wind, and it sits there happily next to the watch winder, and I just pop it on, you know, when I fancy a change, or if I'm dressed a little bit more smart. How easy are they to get? Well, they're available on Amazon, and the price has gone down quite interestingly. And judging from my own experiences, ordering from Japan is a very easy thing. I mean, I've ordered a number of watches for gifts for other people, and they were always very fast, very professional. And this is a particular seller I am actually familiar with, so I'll include a link in the description. Okay guys, I'll just do a quick obligatory wrist shot. So there we go, and as you can see, the 38mm size, it wears more like a 40, to be honest, but it is very comfortable, and just perfect if you want something a little bit more stealthy. Still has that kind of sophistication, but if you don't want to spend a huge amount on a Grand Seiko but want that Grand Seiko quality, then this is a really strong alternative, and I completely recommend it, and I'm quite excited to see what other offerings there are from the Japanese domestic market. Okay guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. More reviews coming every week. And thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Ciao.